Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a big one. It is my best of beauty for 2019. I decided to divide it up into two videos. So today's video is just makeup, and then I'll have a second video with skincare and everything else. And figured it was just a little bit easier to kind of compartmentalize both. You can watch one or both or whatever. So this video is just makeup, and I tried to, putting together this list is always like, how much do I love this, and is it worthy of this video? So just because something is not in this video doesn't mean I don't love it, but I have to narrow down a list. And a lot of this was stuff that I just use regularly or that really impressed me. Some stuff is stuff that I've talked about before. I mean, sometimes I just don't find that many new things in a year. I know that sounds crazy, but if not enough impresses me, I'm not going to put it into the video just to, have extra product. So it's not a ton of stuff, but a good amount. So let's first start with foundations. And I actually had a good amount of foundation. So the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation in shade 3. Loved that. The Dior Forever. This is the matte formulation in 0N. And finally, Pat McGrath's foundation. And in light 4. These two are much more thicker, more velvety matte finish. Definitely gives more coverage. This is not as much of a matte finish. It's more like a natural finish, but I have really been enjoying it. And I wear it enough and I reach for it enough that I thought to myself, I'm putting this in my best of beauty because I just go back to it over and over and over again. And to me, that's often a sign that something should be in this video. When I keep going back to it over and over again, I'm like, yeah, there's a reason I just reach for it over a lot of other foundations. And then, of course, my Born This Way Too Faced concealer. I wear the shade Almond. It's been in my video last year, maybe in my video next year. I still haven't found a concealer that I love as much as that. I like the Marc Jacobs one, the Accomplice Concealer, but the Too Faced one still is like the top, and nothing has, knocked it off its pedestal yet. Okay, and palette-wise, I love the Bobbi Brown Eye and Face palette that I purchased from the Nordstrom Anniversary Sale. I believe it's a Nordstrom exclusive. I just think the colors are perfect for the eyes and for the cheeks. Let me see, there we go. And it's such a great neutral. It's very wearable. Like, there's not a single color in this palette that I don't reach for. And I just find that it's just a very easy palette. I don't have to think about it when I go and grab for it and be like, what colors am I going to use? It's just like I can almost blend them all together and they look perfect on the eye. So if you have been thinking about this palette, I highly recommend it because I like that it's like all in one. The blushes are not as pigmented, so if you like a more kind of a subtle, really natural blush, that would be nice. If you like a pop on your cheeks, you will need to bring in another blush because the blush in that palette is not super intense. Another palette that had to be in the video was the Natasha Denona Biba palette. Great neutrals. I mean, these shades, they're beautiful. It's what I have in my eyes today. It's, the only thing, I do wish it had a few lighter shimmer colors, but it still had to be in the video because the formulation is gorgeous. The textures are beautiful. I know a lot of you picked this up after I talked about it, and the feedback I've gotten has been nothing but positive. So I definitely feel like it's worth the splurge because you do get quite a lot of shadows, and the formulation it truly is like no other shadow that I've tried before. And the Fenty Beauty bronzer, of course, had to put that in there. Love it so much. Wear it almost every single day. I go between that and my Becca Bali Sands bronzer, but this had to be in the video. The Sicily Blur Powder. I really, really, really enjoy this. It does kind of blur imperfections. It just warms up my complexion. Doesn't necessarily add a ton of pigment. It doesn't oxidize. Now, some of you said this oxidized on you, so I can only speak to what it did for me, and I just use a very light hand, dust it all over to warm up my complexion, and it does truly blur everything. But some of you did say it oxidized, so I'm just putting that out there. that if you do find that some people have said that, but other people have gotten back to me and said that it didn't oxidize for them. So kind of strange, but thought you should know. 2 glosses that made the list. A few. I have one more gloss besides this, but the Tom Ford lip glosses. I love the shade Frantic. That's the one that I tend to wear the most. And the Hourglass glosses. Fortune is the one that I wear the most, but I did really like all of the neutral shades. They're really, really beautiful. But these 2 specific colors are the ones I always grab for. I'm actually wearing the Tom Ford Frantic today. I like that it's like kind of a peachy color. It's not too nude. It's like nude with a little bit of like oomph, life. Okay. And then another gloss that I really loved was the NYX Lingerie Gloss in the shade Spirit. And it's, for the price point, it's amazing. It's more like a liquid lipstick. And the color is beautiful, very neutral, very easy to wear. And it had to be my best of beauty. Okay. I'm sorry, but it's going to be in here, and because it is that good. The Kylie Lip Kit in Bare. So the lip liner, the formula is fantastic. The color is like nothing I've ever found before. It's gorgeous. Okay, now the lipstick, however, I never wear the lipstick on camera because it tends to show like a line right there. Now in person, when I'm wearing it throughout the day, I don't ever notice that, but when I wear it on camera, you can see it a lot more, maybe because I'm like in the lighting, and I don't know, but I don't tend to wear this on camera. However, I wear it a ton in real life, and the color is gorgeous. The shade is Bare. It comes as a kit. Yeah, it's beautiful, fantastic. The lip liner alone is stunning. The color is perfection. And the Armani Eye Tint, the new formulation, or the reformulated and the new packaged one in 46. That is the shade that I have really, really loved. And it is kind of a taupey brown gray. And it's a one and done. You put it on and it's super easy. You just one color and you put your mascara on and you're out the door. And many of you have told me that you purchased it after I talked about it and you're like, it has simplified my morning routine so much. And I'm like, yes, it will. And then 2 lipsticks, 2 of my favorite red lipsticks that came out this year. The NARS, I don't know, I can't remember if they were new, because NARS relaunched their lipsticks and they added some new colors and then just relaunched existing colors. But Ravishing Red and then Bad Reputation, I love both. I'll put it below a blog post where I did swatches of them. I also, I believe, swatched them in like one of my Insta story highlights. I have a highlight on my Instagram for NARS lipsticks. I tried on a bunch of them. These 2 reds are absolutely beautiful. I love the formula. It's a little more matte. Yeah, are they both matte? No, one's a satin, one's a matte. But they both are very more of a flat. They're not glossy or anything. And I just love the colors. Okay, final thing in makeup, brushes. So I have just loved, I talked before all the time about Zoeva. These need to be cleaned. Sorry. But you can tell I use them. Zoeva brushes are my favorite. They're winning Best of Beauty. I use other brushes. I do like other brushes. So remember what I said. Not because I didn't mention something in this video doesn't mean I don't love it or I'm not crazy about it. But I do have to narrow it down. And Zoeva brushes are the ones that I reached for the most. If I had to pick the 3 that I use most often, it is the Luxe Cheek Brush, the Luxe Highlight Brush, and then the Luxe Crease Brush. I use those all the time, almost every single day. I have a few of each because I just, you know, when one is dirty, I just grab the cleaner one. And the shape of them, the way they feel, the way they blend, absolute perfection. And that's it. That is my Best of Beauty for makeup. Stay tuned. So I'm pretty much wearing most of my Best of Beauty. So the Natasha Denona Biba palette and the Tom Ford gloss. The lip liner is the Kylie lip liner. I have the Fenty bronzer on today. A blush didn't make it in here, so I am wearing my NARS Orgasm blush. You know what didn't make it? A mascara. I still love my IT Cosmetics, but I have so many to go through. And I was using the Lancome Monsieur Big most of the year. I do also like the NARS Climax, but nothing was enough where I felt it was Best of Beauty worthy. So I don't have a mascara suggestion. Sorry. And that's it. I will also link below a lot of my old Best of Beauty videos because those still stand. I think I still love almost all of those products. So be sure to check those out as well. And I will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.